Yeah. Also, RFK probably hates that Elon Musk is autistic. RFK is like, Elon is this guy is one of the people that doesn't pay taxes and can't poop on the toilet unassisted. We have to put him on a list. Elon, let me dissect your brain. I need to see if you have the same kind of worm that I have. This dude is defending Elon Musk from you. Dude, this is so funny. XQC, I posted, don't let anyone tell you your voices don't matter. Musk wants to leave politics because he's tired of the attacks from the left. And XQC, voices. First of all, this isn't the reason why he's trying to quit politics. Are you I was about to say, are you stupid? But the answer is he's not. It's XQC. Voices. This is so funny. This is just right-wing garbanzo. Okay? Straight up. Yeah, this is why Elon is quitting, dude. Not because he's such a fucking loser that, first of all, this unironically pairs up with his actions in office at Doge. What he has done at Doge in one of the most prominent stages has caused unimaginable resentment to such a degree that even in Europe, universally, Teslas are despised. Okay? It is reflecting in their stock prices. Well, not their stock prices necessarily, because the stock performance is not associated with like any sort of serious market fundamentals. Let's be real. It's obviously Tesla. It's a super inflated tech stock to begin with. But it's reflected in the 71% of net profit that they lost, even though the revenues that are even coming in right now, because they would have been unprofitable, the revenues that are coming in right now are predominantly coming in from carbon credit swaps from other companies still. Like $500 million of revenue for Tesla still came from the fact that they are an EV manufacturer, and other car manufacturers in the United States of America still don't make EVs or make enough EVs. Buying or they're still paying Tesla. That is not true, Lamau. It is true. What are you talking about? That is not true. What? Am I getting something wrong? There have been numerous instances throughout Tesla's history that if they did not have the EV tax credits, they would have went bankrupt. It still happens. It's not the bulk of their revenue. No, of course it's not the bulk of their revenue. The reason why it's not the bulk of their revenue is because other car manufacturers are also making EVs. It's a double bind because on the one hand, if other car manufacturers are making EVs with better build quality, now you have a more competitive product to Tesla. So that's actually lowering the sales of Tesla because, you know, you got people like myself who don't want to buy a Tesla, but will very easily go or who are interested in getting an EV. Okay. And number two, when they make their own fleets of electric vehicles and they no longer have to buy into the carbon credit swap. Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. I'm saying that the carbon credit swap scheme has literally saved Tesla from becoming insolvent and becoming bankrupt in the past. Nowadays, it's still a decent chunk of revenue that they get, but it's nowhere near as significant as it once was for the two factors that I mentioned. Number one, other companies are also making their own electric vehicles, so therefore they have no need to purchase as much carbon credits carbon credits from Tesla. And also, I mean, yeah, that's it. That's the major reason. But in terms of why they're still profitable, the EV credit swaps are part of the reason why they're still profitable. Don't react to it. He has been irrelevant lately and is doing the fuck Hasan again. Yeah, no, he's just... I thought XQ wasn't right-wing. I'm confused. I thought he chose not to be right-wing. Did he choose to be right-wing again? Like, what's going on? I thought he hated Tesla and Elon Musk. And what happened? What happened? I thought personally that he was he said that he wasn't on board with the Trump stuff and thought that they were stupid or whatever, but now it's like, just, I don't know, maybe he's just still defending it on principle. Yeah, the EV maker generated $692 million from selling regulatory credits in the last quarter of 2024 alone, and accounted for nearly 30% of its quarterly net income of $2.33 billion. Yes. Yes, they still generate a shit ton of revenue from the credit swaps. So, yeah, Tesla reported 1.1 billion in net income for Q1 of 2024. 444 million of that net income came from federal carbon credits. Yeah, I mean, there's also the federal carbon credits. There's different kinds of subsidies that they get at the point of purchase, but also from other manufacturers as well. We're talking about two different things. Anyway, why am I having this conversation? The point is, Elon Musk, under his watchful gaze, under his wonderful leadership, especially after he did this Doge stuff and became persona non grata, public enemy number one, because he is an unlikable monster, right? You, when it comes to Hasan, that's funny. An unlikable monster. Oh, wait, no, this person is responding to this guy. Said, you still have time to delete this, bro. He's saying, is a dick riding. Elon Musk is an unlikable monster, and therefore, people don't want to associate with Tesla anymore. I get it. I have a friend. I was talking to one of my friends. He's Jewish, okay? He bought a Tesla a week before Elon Musk sig heiled. A week before. And he was like, dude, I'm driving around in this thing now. I'm going to meetings, and people are looking at me funny. You know? What am I supposed to do now? I just got this shit. I'm not talking about Will, dude. Will got the plaid a long time ago. Anyway, everything's computer, but 71% revenue drop, or net revenue drop. 71% for the same quarter. Q1 2024 versus Q1 2025. 71% net revenue drop. People don't want to buy this shit. It's not about this, okay? It's not about this. This is reflective of the resentment. This is reflective of the resentment that people feel towards Tesla, certainly the anger that people feel towards Tesla due to what Elon Musk is doing by, engaging in mass layoffs, the federal government also being super incompetent in broad daylight in terms of how they're doing these supposed cuts, these budget cuts and whatnot. But there's a reason why people are bullying Tesla owners and shit, okay? And it's not like I've been egging this on. I'm not like, oh yeah, this is base, this is good or anything. I haven't really said anything. It's just, I don't even fully understand why there's so much smoke, so much animosity towards people who are individually own Teslas. Maybe it's because like I live in Los Angeles where it's not unique, and I see so many Teslas with a sticker that says like I hate Donald Trump on them, which feels like a insurance against like people putting a dog shit on your car. In any case, this is not the reason why. Don't let anyone tell you your voices don't matter. Yeah, they've one Tesla facility, so I guess that's the reason why Elon Musk is quitting. Like, get the out of here, dude. That was their profit change? Yes, net revenue, profit. Like, not gross. I'm saying straight up, their profit went down 71% quarter one 2024 versus quarter one 2025. That's huge. That's a huge decline. And a big part of that is because they are not selling as many cars. They're not selling any of their models. They underperformed according to analysts' expectations. Anyway, technically net revenue is not the same as profit. Yes, I apologize. Goddamn finance nerds. So, sad to see it. Any other corp would fire the CEO? No. I mean, they ate so good for so many years having Elon Musk be the key man. I don't even know if they can. You literally don't understand the stats. Yes, it's 71% down, but it's only about minus 10% if you count in Elon's big plans for robo-taxis and the very big plans in the future to sell more cars. Big plans. It's an investment. Yeah, exactly. Board of directors is all Elon family or lackeys. It's not independent. Yeah, he has complete control over it. Plus, also, he's the key man, for better or for worse. And for many, many years, him being the key man was beneficial for Tesla because he inspired a lot of confidence in Tesla. So people wanted to buy in. Every time he lied, people were like, I don't want to believe that he's lying. I want to believe that he's actually being honest. And I want to believe that he actually has a method to all of this madness. But now that his popularity is waning and now he's becoming a incredible, all of a sudden, his association with the company is a negative one. And that's precisely what's going on here. It's becoming more and more negative day in and day out. I think Elon's politicization will be looked back as one of the great cell phones of all time, completely unforced error, unless he is the Henry Ford to Trump's Adolf Hitler, in which case it will we'd be living in a dramatically different universe at that point. But I don't think so. I don't think so, only because they're so incredibly incompetent. Like, they cannot do fascism properly, which is good. It's not a bad thing. I mean, here, look, this is another great example of how incompetent their fascism looks like. Here, let's take a look.
Drinking at the Pentagon. He's getting hammered in the Pentagon. Yeah, there's never a lack of bottles of Jack, but it's a little tight when he's calling airstrikes. Wasted in the Pentagon. Wasted in the Pentagon. Some bottles came and went, they're gone. It did not go right for Coors Light when there was no more time for the old Corona line. So stick with us and you're set. Our war plan shared in the Signal chat. It'll be like any administration, except way more public intoxication. Draining Henny at the Pentagon. Sipping bourbon.
Dude, he loves drinking, dude. He really loves the drink, bro. It is crazy. Respect. Like, actually, look, as someone who struggled with alcoholism in the past, like, listen, fellow boozer, he's Mr. Booze Cruise, man.
And we are so far gone. And faces flush through every rush. The tweets get so distorted, but your vision is so distorted. Drinking at the Pentagon.
He almost killed. Remember when he almost killed someone with the axe, where he tossed the axe over the wall and it struck a band member? Luckily, it was the blunt side.
They're all trashed at the Pentagon. All the Houthi PC groups get confused because Pete blew through the booze like he's back at Fox News. Cause like you just blacked out on the job and texted secret war plans to everyone.
Bitch, you hit the Pentagon!
He no longer suffer the hangover. Yeah, of course. You can't have a hangover if you keep drinking. Never forget. There's no other company doing what they are. LMFAO. Every other company is either completely bankrupt, Waymo, or not trying to find a general solution. You can't really compare them to anyone else. What is this? You're acting like Google hasn't had cars autonomously driving around the country for years. Tesla leads the way in no way all than defrauding governments. There's no other company doing what Elon Musk is doing. Waymo is unironically a successful implemented robo-taxi system that you can utilize right now. And it has a better self-driving, a more successful self-driving initiative than FSD ever could have. What are you talking about? It uses a different technology from what I understand as well. Waymo's literally bankrupt. Okay, they are, dog. They have an actually functional robo-taxi system. They're not saying we might have a functional robo-taxi system in our fleets maybe a couple years down the line. They have it. And I don't even want to defend Waymo because I don't like it. I'm scared. I'm scared when I see one of those cars, when I see one of those Jaguars and there's no driver in the driver's seat, I get scared. Okay? I think this is the spawn of Satan. But having said that, if we're going to be real about it, they already have an actual fucking functioning robo-taxi fleet that works, that operates right now in my neighborhood and in many other neighborhoods. It's not like FSD will be readily available. FSD will have a fleet of robo-taxis. Like, I promise it's going to fucking work. None of that in the future. It's here right now. What do you mean no other company's doing it like they're doing it? I guess you're right in the sense that, yeah, Waymo's not lying and saying that, like, in the future we're going to have a robo-taxi fleet. They are doing it right now, as opposed to Elon Musk. Yeah, Waymo's latest funding round boosts to a $45 billion evaluation. Also, I don't care about this. This stuff, I hate this, okay? This is all fake. Money is fake. All of this is fake. I don't care. Oh, my God. I don't care how much money they've, how many... I don't care what their valuation is. I don't care how much fundraising they engage in. I don't care. All of this is fake. Everything's computer. I love Tesla. Money. Everything is computer. Even the money is computer. Tesla has no interest in developing full self-driving. They're using 360 cameras. Everyone knows LiDAR is superior. Yeah. They're cash flow positive, not bankrupt like that chatter suggested. Yeah, I just don't know why that person is still dick riding Tesla into oblivion. But I guess it's good. It's cool to see, because you wonder, like, what kind of person is still in the holy year of 2025, the year of our Lord, still dick riding Elon so hard that they think he's doing something bold, brave, and beautiful. or believe the fucking nonsensical bullshit that he says on a regular basis. And here it is, you know what I mean? There are still people, and there even are among us in this community as well. Hate to be a stickler. Bro, you were drinking this past weekend. What do you mean struggle with alcoholism? Heavy drinking is not alcoholism. Alcoholism is a chronic illness. No, okay. Okay, chatter. Thank you for telling me about my experiences. Yes, I know that I have to constantly fucking monitor my behavior in that regard. I actually don't drink at all under normal circumstances, with very, very unique exceptions. Addiction, let me tell you something about addiction. And I'm sure you know this, considering how touchy this is for you. Addiction is different for different people, okay? It's more so about letting it get completely out of hand. I am not at a stage, like I will never smoke another cigarette again, because I know the one puff that I take is over, I'm back into it, okay? Because I've quit smoking and then restarted over and over again throughout my life. But with alcohol, after I got arrested for a DUI and never prosecuted for it because I wasn't actually drunk driving, I quit cold turkey for a year and a half, almost 2 years. That allowed me to basically every now and then be able to drink without completely fucking relapsing. You don't have to completely relapse at the first sight of alcohol to be, I assume, to be considered a fucking full-blown alcoholic. That's why I say I struggled with alcoholism. Okay? I can't believe you're gatekeeping this, dude. I appreciate the explanation. I think we're just going to have a semantic disagreement on this, but it's not a big deal. Didn't mean to police you. Okay. Well, in any case, I don't know if you guys have ever been here when I've described addiction, but I feel like from my own judgment, from what I've experienced, like the way I see addiction is like the time it takes from your first puff of a cigarette to an entire fucking pack a day. Okay? If the entire pack a day is like the worst version of this, in my experience, what I have seen from my cycle of quitting and restarting, I realize that addiction over the years shortens that time frame from going from one puff to a fucking full pack of cigs. And the same with alcohol as well. Going from one drink socially to complete blackout all the fucking time. Okay? That is like, for some people, they can go a whole lifetime without ever letting it get out of hand. I don't know how. They're like fucking aliens to me. But even today, even right now, if I drank beers at Coachella, right? If I drank the next day and the next day, okay, and the next day, I would relapse. So the time frame between like the time between being able to socially engage in the act of drinking for a little bit versus like complete collapse, complete fucking relapse, there's a boundary there. Like for me, for alcohol, it's not like cigarettes. Cigarettes, one puff and I'm out. For alcohol, I can, drink casually every now and then. But if I were to continue doing it, if I were to continue going out and drinking night after night after night, I would completely relapse and I'd be blacking out non-fucking stop as I used to back in the day. I'm very fortunate that I was surrounded by good friends, and I was able to catch this before it became a much larger problem, so I can still every now and then engage in social drinking without it becoming a problem for me. It's not the same for other people. It's not the same for other folks. Please accept functional alcohol. People can accept functional alcoholism, but not this. I get so tired of people gatekeeping struggles. Yeah. I just requit literally today 4 times and learned this lesson, brother. Some shit. Even one lick will get you. Yeah. Are you sharing with us that you're an alcoholic? No, I'm not. I wouldn't say that I am, but I have said that I have struggled with alcoholism. It's not something that I keep a secret. It's something I talked about quite a bit. Anyway, much love to all the people who have quit cold turkey, who are sober. All right. Can't believe we started the day off with a chatter gatekeeping alcoholism. We came to that conclusion off of XQC defending Elon Musk. Cool. All right. Are you going to talk about Kashmir today? Probably not. Maybe. Important message for Brace Belden. Please boost this. What? Hey, TrueAnon. Check out this Portuguese specimen. I mean, he's tiny, but he looks like he's in shape, as opposed to American cops who are tiny and not in shape. You know what I mean? All right. We're live. Let's get into it. Elon Musk to step back from working in the Trump administration. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It turns out your voices matter and bullying works, okay? Don't ever let anybody tell you it doesn't.
Elon Musk saying he will spend significantly less time in Washington and step back from his work with Doge, as Tesla reported a more than 70% decline in profit for the first 3 months of the year. Our senior political correspondent, Rachel Scott, is here with the story. Good morning, Rachel.
Hey, Rebecca, good morning to you. Well, Elon Musk has...
Doesn't that line up with 100 days of being a special employee anyway, though? Yeah, except what has this administration actually followed through on? Technically, you have 120 days as a special employee designation for Elon Musk, so it actually does line up with when his time was up. Having said that, however, this administration doesn't give a fuck about any of those things. If he was actually killing it and was super popular, you think that he would stop? Of course not. No. The reason why he's quitting, the reason why he's quiet quitting or full-blown quitting is, and I called this already, the Wisconsin special election was a major blow to Elon Musk. He wanted to be the money warrior for Donald Trump. He was like, oh, I'm going to bully anyone that comes after my goat, comes after my God King. If you come after him, you come after me. I will spend all the money I have to primary you. Turns out when he actually shows up to a race, it has a negative impact. Turns out people fucking despise him. People think he is annoying and cringe and a gross little loser, a freakish little guy. Hard to look at, really, right? So that was a major blow because he flopped. He flopped big time. And Donald Trump hates losers, okay? So when he got branded as the big fat L, that made that relationship that he has with Donald Trump, that placed that relationship that he has with Donald Trump on shaky grounds. He was already a diva, and so is Donald Trump, and these guys are both narcissistic assholes, right? And for that reason, there was always back and forth, but at least like Elon Musk, the money and influence that he had was allowing him entry into the White House and to be prominently displayed. Donald Trump also probably utilized them as a deflective shield, basically to prop him up as the guy that you should be annoyed at in order to shelter himself from some of the negative consequences of the actions that he's taking at the administration. So there's a couple different reasons why Elon is no longer in favor at the White House, but I think the most significant one is the fact that he might have the money, but it clearly it clearly doesn't go the distance as it once did. Okay. But if you were to think that Elon Musk would not have redoubled his efforts at Doge and all the power and prominence that he has enjoyed within the White House, if he was actually killing it right now by his own metrics, if Doge wasn't seen as like a pathetically unpopular and also incredibly incompetent group that is engaging in mass layoffs at the federal level, then he would have continued working. He would have continued doing the special boy of the administration status that he has.
Has been one of the president's most powerful advisors.
Trump doesn't need his money anymore. He won the election. You're wrong. If there's one thing that rich people like, it's making more money and getting more money. Okay, so that's number one. And number two, no, Trump likes the fact that Elon Musk said he was going to be Trump's attack dog. He was going to fund races and primary out Trump's opponents within the Republican Party. And also advance Trump's agenda with his money. He was going to go out and actually do the things that he was doing in the Wisconsin race. Once it was a failure, a spectacular failure, it was over. He no longer has that. He no longer has that motion.
But he now says he will be spending less time in the Trump administration.
He lost 1,000 aura points for that Wisconsin L. It was a big flop. And everybody realized maybe Elon does not have the motion that he claims to have. That level of aura loss is going to cause him to fall out of favor with our zesty king, Donald Trump.
administration and more time focused on his business as it faces backlash. Overnight, billionaire Elon Musk telling Tesla shareholders that his work with the Department of Government Efficiency is winding down.
I think starting probably in next month, May, my time allocation to Doge will drop significantly.
The world's richest man insisting he will stay with the Trump administration, at least part-time, but will focus on his business.
Starting next month, I'll be allocating far more of my time to Tesla.
He sounds like a little boy that was sent to the principal's room and was scolded. Starting next month, I'm going to do less of the things that I've been doing. USA. In spite of the neurodivergence, you can still see a dramatic tonal shift here, I feel like. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Maybe I'm being parasocial, but like it does feel like he comes across dejected.
His remarks coming after his company Tesla announced a 9% drop in revenue from January to March and a staggering 71% drop in profits in the first quarter. The electric car giant blaming the growing trade war and, quote, changing political sentiment, which could have a meaningful impact on demand for our products in the near term.
As people know, there's been some blowback for the time that I've been spending in government with the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE.
The company's CEO has become a divisive figure since heading up the president's effort to shrink the size of the federal government. His high profile making Tesla a target. The Department of Justice already charging multiple people in several states for attacking dealerships and lighting multiple Tesla vehicles on fire. So Elon Musk also said that he will continue to push the White House for lower tariffs. In recent weeks, he has openly fought with the president's economic advisors over the administration's trade policy, guys.
All right, Rachel, thank you.
Ultimately, one company that has reported their earnings, first quarter earnings yesterday, was Tesla. And Tesla, the stock is now up, but yesterday their net income was announced. It's down 71%. And Elon Musk even said, he admitted that Tesla faced a lot of blowback from his ties to Donald Trump. And now he's talking, and we're going to play a little snippet of it. He says, you know what, maybe I better go back to the car company because they need me.
Starting probably in next month, May, my time allocation to Doge will drop significantly. So I think I'll continue to spend, a day or two per week on government matters, for as long as the president would like me to do so, and as long as it is useful. But starting next month, I'll be allocating far more of my time to Tesla. And now that the major work with establishing the Department of Government Efficiency is done, some challenges, and I expect that this year will be, there'll probably be some unexpected bumps this year.
Are you crying? Are you crying, Elon? Damn, dude. I'm sorry that your project of dismantling the federal government was short-lived and you didn't get all the benefits that you wanted out of it. I'm sorry, dude. I feel so bad. I feel so bad about all the internal drama that he had with like Trump's inner circle as well. Apparently there was like some appointment issues as well. Like he wanted to have his guy in the IRS. Trump had, other people in the Trump orbit had different plans. They won. He lost. I mean, don't worry. Like they're still going to crash and burn. They're still going to slash spending as they have done so far. Layoffs will probably still continue to happen at the federal government. Make no mistake. It's just that like Elon is not going to be able to run around to the White House in the way that he did, I suspect.
I remain extremely optimistic about the future of the company.
So investors are happy to hear that, hoping he's going to refocus his efforts on. Yeah,
this is what I was referencing, the internal drama between him and Scott Bessent. This is the White House reporter for Axios, Mark Capito. Musk versus Bessent dispute erupted into the West Wing shouting match. Two billionaire middle-aged men thinking it was WWE in the hall of the West Wing. Elon Musk and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent got into a heated shouting match and earshot of President Trump and other officials in the White House last week during a dispute about the IRS. Two witnesses and three sources briefed on the matter tell Axios. It was two billionaire middle-aged men thinking it was WWE in the hall of the West Wing. One witness said of the argument last Thursday. Why it matters, the clash with both men in each other's face showed how much Musk's personality and style have rankled some senior administration officials since he began running roughshod through agencies with Doge. I'm not even kidding when I say this. I think a major part of why there is like discontent towards Elon is not even because he's like, he has his own, like he has his difference in opinion with the way that the administration is doing stuff, like, you know, with the tariffs or whatever. But the reason why I think is because he is such an unlikable fucking douchebag. I'm not kidding when I say this. A big chunk of this is because he cannot play ball with anybody else. He is he has an ego the size of Mars, which he ironically keeps lying and saying that he's going to go to. He is so repulsive and people don't want to be around him. And I think like when you're in the White House, like a lot of those guys we look at from the outside and we think, oh, this guy's a dumbass. This is, this guy sucks, whatever. But a lot of those guys are at least to a certain degree charismatic. You have to be in order to go out and fundraise. You have to be charismatic in order to get to that level. Like you have to know how to play ball with other people. Elon Musk, on the other hand, has lived an entire life of failing upwards and creating a false sense of self, and therefore doesn't know how to do any of that shit. Like, think about it. His pivotal moment, the pivotal moment in Elon Musk's life was when he got fired from PayPal, forced out of PayPal by Peter Thiel, which still gave him a massive massive exit package, like not even an exit package, but he still retained shares over PayPal, and he took all of that money and then kept buying other companies in the process. So the last time he actually did something, the last time he actually worked, that led to a lot of failure at PayPal to begin with. But since then, it's all been capital accumulation. So he doesn't know how to be a normal guy who can fucking have a conversation. So a lot of people are not going to put up with the, autistic wizard nonsense that he tries to present himself as, because they're not like the dudes who are in the White House are not his like cryptocurrency douchebag followers. You know what I mean? These are people who are also independently successful and some of them are sharks. So they're not going to sit around and act like Elon Musk dick riders. They're going to inevitably be resentful. They're not going to simp for him in the way that like people who are incredibly likely to fall for a cryptocurrency scheme would. So yeah, you're wrong though. All he has to do is wiggle his fork sculpture and Trump will buy another Tesla for every American. Yeah. Also, RFK probably hates that Elon Musk is autistic. RFK is like, Elon is, this guy is one of the people that doesn't pay taxes and can't poop on the toilet unassisted. We have to put him on a list. Elon, let me dissect your brain. I need to see if you have the same kind of worm that I have. You have full-blown autism. The New York Times first reported Friday disagreement over who would lead the IRS, but the chest-to-chest clash, and Elon does have a barrel chest, between the two men a day earlier has not been reported previously. They were not physical in the Oval, but the president saw it, and they carried it down the hall, and that's when they did it again. Said a second, it was quite a scene. It was loud, and I mean loud. Dude, that's, oh God, I wish I could see. I would pay so much money to see that. Like Elon getting in people's faces. Oh my God, that'd be so sick. Baba, ihtiyacımız var mı bir şeye? Söyle ne varsa bana bir yaz ver alayım. Okay, brother, it feels like every behelit on Earth has been activated at the same time. Yeah, this is the closest we've ever been to like, a rapture style governance, like the spawn of Satan, really accelerating things. Asked about the shouting match, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt referred to comments she made to the Times about how it's no secret President Trump has put together a team of people who are incredibly passionate about the issues impacting our country. Yeah, no. President Trump put together a team where you have people that are all sharks that want to steal as much money as possible. And they sometimes are like, hey, you're stealing my money that I should be stealing instead. So then, you know, they butt heads over that. It's like, it's great. That, and also they're incompetent, narcissistic monsters with incredible egos. So obviously they're constantly going to be fighting. Anyway, representatives for Musk and Besant acknowledged the shouting match happened, but declined the comment. Musk has had high-profile disputes with Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, and Trade Advisor Peter Navarro as well. Everyone thinks Doge is great, but Elon's antics are a bit much, another administration official said. There was also coverage on the New York Times or was it Washington Post? I can't remember. That talked about, that went and got notes from anonymous administration officials that said that Elon is so fucking annoying that they want to kill themselves when they listen to him drone on and on about dumb, nonsensical bullshit. So clearly, that no, so clearly, you know, people just don't like him. I think his vibes are really fucked, and that actually plays a role in his lack of support within the administration. Whereas someone like Pete Hegseth, like I'll say this, someone like Pete Hegseth is the exact opposite of Elon. A dude, unless you're a woman that he wants to sexually assault, Pete Hegseth is absolutely the type of guy that other creepy sex pests will fucking love to be around. Okay? He's a TV guy. He's fun. You know, he drinks fucking brewskis on the job. He's a big dude, bro. He makes people feel young again. So he is the exact opposite of Elon Musk. I mean, they're identical in terms of how incompetent they are, okay? But he is all style, no substance. Elon Musk, no style and no substance. That's it. He is like the old school. He's the old school kind of guy that, you know, could get a job with a handshake, okay? That's who Pete Hegseth is. He's like, he's got a firm handshake. He gets the job. And before you know it, he's elevated himself into a status that within the company that he certainly has no competence to fulfill the role. He'll just get there simply because he knows how to play ball with other dudes who are more powerful than he is.
Tesla, he's saying it's because political sentiment, he thinks, and the uncertainty in the automotive and energy markets, but he has some plans coming up. He's on track to launch this robo-taxi business out of Austin, Texas within the next few months. And then he said the second half.
Dude, what is happening today? All the old folks are dropping like flies. Senator Dick Durbin, Jan Schakowsky. This is like, there is a crazy situation taking place within the Democratic Party right now. What the hell? Dick Durbin also is dropping? Oh my God, Chuck Schumer, please do it. Oh my God, Chuck Schumer, do it, do it, do it, do it. Drop, you pussy. Chuck Schumer, do not seek out re-election and endorse Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. As a matter of fact, don't endorse Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. That might have a negative association. That might actually fucking, oof. That might actually be a problem. Oh my God, the purge is happening. Inshallah, we're going to have young people in office now. Oh my Lord. Do you think Dem establishment is getting out all the old folks so they can put the younger neolibs that they got from the Gillibrand template? I think that's probably what they're going to try to do. The hog is burning down the old folks home. I mean, I am kind of shocked if that's the case.
Half of next year, 2026, he's going to have millions of Teslas operating fully autonomously. So are those the self-driving Teslas?
And the other thing is robots. He's got the Tesla robots rolling out. And if you see some of this.
No, he's not. He doesn't have any of this stuff. Dude, this motherfucker's been saying he's going to be flying to Mars any day now for like the past decade, okay? He just lies, dude. You don't. I hate that when you're the administration's guy, Fox News has to sit there and be like, yeah, he's got robots that will suck you. And it's great. And definitely, he's going to do all of the things that he's promised. Like, no, man, a lot of fucking business people just lie, okay? That's what they do. And especially if, like, their stock prices don't reflect a downtrend when they are called out for lying or when people are supposed to recognize that they're lying. their stock performance doesn't take a major dive or a major hit, then they just keep lying. Ever heard of unsupervised FSD June? Yeah, every year since 2017. Give me one time in history he said it would give me one time in history he said it would be the same year. Here's 36 times, but it only goes until 2022. So realistically, we're probably near 50 by now. I cannot believe that we have a billionaire that is lying to us over and over again. It's so crazy. This makes no sense. What the hell? Did you hear about the heterosexual pride festival in my hometown of Boise, Idaho? It was started by a chud who thinks the earth is flat and socialism is family choking leash. Also got asked for donations to a bar in order to fund him buying a Cybertruck. So glad I left that shithole. I love this story. We might look at that in a little bit. That sounds amazing. That sounds fucking amazing. Actually, you know what? Let's take a look. What is this?
Alley, the Heterosexual Awesomeness Festival is coming to Boise. This isn't just another festival. It's a movement, a celebration.
This is amazing. This is soy right, dude. This is soy right. You're watching the soy right movement grow.
Of faith, family, and freedom right in the heart of Idaho. For 2 action-packed days, we're to honor the values that built this nation. Join us for an unforgettable experience filled with live music and bands that share our vision and rock the stage with pride. Inspirational speakers who are on the front lines defending traditional family values. A family fun-free kids zone featuring games and bounce houses for all ages. Savor the best of local and wines. And artisan vendor booths to connect with family-owned businesses and supporters.
I'm hetero and this is the gayest thing I've ever seen. Is this an SNL sketch? Will there be a wiener measuring contest like last year? So a bunch of straight men getting together to celebrate being straight sounds super gay to me. This is giving Sundown Town vibes. Finally, a safe space for people who say no homo after making eye contact. Oh my God, they're cooking them.
This festival is more than just an event. It's a declaration that faith...
First of all, a parade is gay as fuck. There is no way out of it, okay? Even if it's like a North Korean military parade, parades functionally are gay. It's just like, you know, it's going to be really hard to convince people that you're not doing some gay shit when you're like, I want to do a parade, okay? Thanksgiving Day parade, gay as fuck. But the very fact that you're trying to do a parade with like hard-dicked men, it makes it extra gay. Just, I don't know, just play with a penis, dude. Play with your boy's penis, okay? It's going to be a less gay endeavor for you. Just play with your boy's penis.
Family and freedom are worth protecting. We're reminding everyone of what truly matters. Together, let's make the Heterosexual Awesomeness Festival a resounding success. We're seeking for bands, volunteers, vendors, and sponsors who share our vision. Mark your calendars for June 20th and 21st, 2025 at the Cecil D. Andrus Park by the Capitol Building. Be part of...
Grindr's going to go crazy that weekend in Boise. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, chatter. I am going to this. Yeah. This is where you find this is pound for pound where you're going to find the highest density of dudes who are questioning. Okay. Opportunity strikes now for all the gay boys in Idaho. This is where you're gonna find all the questioning dudes. Okay, yeah, it's pride for closeted men. Did you see Rob Evado getting shredded on that Wine Mom Lib podcast for caving to right wing framing? That was pretty funny. First of all, the Wine Mom Lib podcast are my fucking friends. Okay, just so you know, and they're doing a fantastic job with that. So yeah, I did hear a lot of people hyping them up. Yeah, those are friends of the show right there. Bro, stop moaning into the mic or I will start questioning. What do you mean? Am I moaning? Maybe. I don't know. All right. Anyway, let's keep going. So there's internal drama and these guys are glazing Elon Musk. Let's keep going. This video, and then we'll continue.
The robots are more athletic than us. I mean, they can go down a mountain. They could do a tough mutter. So, and I need somebody that understands me, and I'm hoping that this robot could be one of the people.
That's why when you would watch the Jetsons back in the day, you identified with Rosie.
Right. Absolutely. Rosie
Rosie the robot.
The housekeeper.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Did a great job. She had wheels.
Was the robotic
right? Didn't she have wheels? Elon Musk has feet. Right?
Okay.
Like, you know, and also, what was the Lost in Space robot? The worst robot ever.
Not
to be lost in
C-3PO.
space.
I like that we're just making shit up. Like, these are not things that are happening. We don't know what the actual timeline looks like. Elon Musk is not an individual that is. Elon Musk is not a orator that you can trust. He has lied routinely about every single technological development at his company. So, don't know why we're taking him at his word here. Elon Musk is the Israel of tech developments. It's just always fucking lying. Okay. So I like that they're fantasizing about all the shit that Elon Musk said and then being like, why don't you like this? I thought liberals liked robots. I thought liberals liked technology. Why do they hate technology? It's like, no, dude, they hate Elon.
Remember?
Robot.
Yeah.
A number name?
Yeah, it was just a robot. It had
Just a
arms
robot.
like on
Danger,
slinkies.
Will Robinson.
Yeah, it was a bad robot.
Yeah.
It made you not want to. No neck.
Elon did not build that one.
Right.
No,
he didn't.
no. Elon, Tesla did say one thing about the tariffs yesterday, and they said that the tariffs are making its energy storage business, it's impacting them harder because obviously they need the rare earth, the rare minerals to make the batteries and stuff like that. Musk even told the president, look, tariffs are a bad idea, but Musk also supports the president. He's got a different vision, and they're going through with it. It's just going to make making batteries more complicated.
Just noted. Remember that Elon Musk is going to donate money and Donald Trump is going to do whatever he wants. No, Howard Lutnick would be the Treasury Secretary if he listened to Elon Musk. Elon Musk didn't want the tariffs, but he respects that he's not the president. Right. And I would say this: there's got to be like 10 major items for national security that when this trade war is over, we just have to bring it back. And rare earths is another. We have to be able to refine it. We have to be able to do it because.
Yeah. Again, how are we going to do that? Oh, that's right. Elon Musk's robots will be able to do that, right? Since we're in the business of fantasizing about shit that hasn't happened with no way of happening, we might as well continue fantasizing, you know? Oh, dude, you don't understand. Elon Musk's robots will actually do the refinery. Okay? It's great. And Elon Musk will just use those robots to build the factories. He'll build them tomorrow. Open Pokemon packs, you giant. Dude, shut up. God damn. Calm down, brother. What the hell? Did you already cover the White House wants women to sex topic? Had the dip for a ship? A super curious? Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit.
China will hold this over our heads in any conflict, military or economic, unless we start doing it ourselves.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
Polling debunks Musk's excuse that his unpopularity collapse of Tesla is because of paid protesters.
I think the protests are really starting to bug them.
Yeah, they are. Of course they are. There are millions of people that are actively taken to the streets basically on a weekly basis. Of course that's going to have an impact. Of course it's going to have an impact. That's why it's so funny that XQC was like, oh, dude, what do you mean your voices matter? It's because people are torching Teslas. It's like, dude, the very fact that you got people so agitated that they're torching Teslas is, again, the point that I am making. The point that I am making is that people fucking despise this dude.
I don't know if it's the number of protests or the number of people protesting or the fact that the protests really aren't going away and they keep seeming to grow. I don't know if it's the tenor and good humor and peaceful nature of the protest that's bugging them, but I think they're really getting bugged. I think it is really getting under their skin. And here's one way we can tell. Let's say you're the head of a big car company, and then something happens to your car company. And it's not happening to all car companies. It's not happening to the car sector, right? In fact, it's not happening to any other car company at all. It's only happening to your car company, and it's not good. Headline, CNN, Tesla profits plunge. Headline, Washington Post, Tesla earnings plunge. Headline, New York Times, Tesla's 71% drop in profit. Headline, USA Today, Tesla profits fall 71%. Headline, Wall Street Journal, Tesla profit sinks. Headline, Reuters, Tesla sales skid. If you are the head of a company that is having a day like that, how do you spend that day? How do you spend that day that
God, I can't stand Rachel Maddow. I'm sorry. It's just like it's so hard for me. It's so hard for me to listen to Rachel Maddow talk about this. Like, she's right, and she's flexing because like she has every opportunity to flex here. She has every right to flex here. But god damn, I can't stand it. Libs are on it though. Look at this, 500,000 likes. Holy
below
shit!
Market expectations.
500,000
it's
views.
really, really below market expectations. The first quarter of last year, Tesla made $1.4 billion. The first quarter of this year, we learned today, you can drop the billion off of that. They went from $1.4 billion in the first quarter of last year to $0.4 billion this quarter. And even that was less than it appears. Tesla not only had that 71% drop in profit off of what they did last year, the profit they did have is not from selling cars. Quote, Tesla would have actually lost hundreds of millions of dollars this quarter had it not earned $400 million in interest on cash and investments, and had it not earned $595 million from selling credits to other car makers, which themselves failed to meet emissions regulations. So yeah, it looks like they made $0.4 billion. It looks like they made $400 million, but they would have been $600 million in the negative for this quarter. They would have lost $600 million this quarter if they hadn't had cash and investments, interest payments, and credits that were paid to them from other car companies because of anti-climate change.
I already covered all this. All right, let's just move on.